Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Justin Feinstone. OSU, Cascades, and the city have signed a Memorandum of Understanding that sets the path forward for development of a new four-year campus here in Bend. Here are the details and how you can stay involved.
The MOU really lays out roles and responsibilities for the city as well as the university. It also talks about staffing and team members on each team.
The MOU is pretty extensive. It covers things like transportation and engineering and what Oregon State University Cascades campus will do and what the City of Bend will do in partnership.
Well, an MOU might not even be necessary, but it's important so that we all have the same understanding of how we're going to move forward. We know this is a really large project for Bend, it's a large project for OSU Cascades. Lots of details, lots of different people involved, and the more we can lay out our understanding ahead of time and agree to those principles, the better we'll be.
The size and scope for Phase 1 for OSU Cascades will cover the 10.44 acre parcel, the site planning, and approximately 70 to 145,000 square feet in buildings.
So what we'd like to do on that first site is have an academic building that will house our classrooms and our faculty offices, and then also to have a residence hall that we can attract freshmen from outside of this area who can live in supervised housing on the campus.
The city's responsibility in this MOU is to make sure that we have a team in place to handle how this project and how this land will develop and the impacts to our community.
By having a single point of contact on both sides, the applicant as well as the city, we find that information flows to the necessary parties in a much more efficient manner.
The Phase 1 OSU Cascades team is made up both of in-house experts and external consultants. We have a senior project manager, and then externally we have a transportation engineer, civil engineer, the design and architecture teams, landscaped architecture, and a number of other consultants.
What we have agreed to do with OSU Cascades is work with them to try to expedite their reviews to the degree possible. By meeting upfront in pre-application meetings, we can identify issues that could be problematic and start thinking through them both from the city side as well as the university's approach.
We look forward to working with the city to get feedback each step along the way, making modifications so that when it's time to submit the final, we have a great deal of confidence in it.
Concurrent plan review allows the city and the applicant to submit a number of applications at once that will be reviewed concurrently. So your land use review, your engineering review, and your building permit reviews can go on at the same time.
Transportation issues have already surfaced with regard to the expansion of the campus. The City of Bend is looking at multimodal options and the campus as well for how cars and pedestrians and bicycles will interact with the community surrounding the campus and further beyond.
For Phase 1, the university will be required to meet transportation standards, mitigate their impacts. What the city has done in cooperation with the university as well as the county and the Parks District is to look at a broader west side transportation land use scenario.
Well, our goal is to have a campus where students and faculty take modes of transportation other than single car trips to and from their home and to and from their other destinations. And so we want to encourage biking, encourage carpooling, and we know that students are more likely to do some of those behaviors than some of the rest of us who are tied to our cars.
The Bend Park and Recreation District will also be involved in this campus expansion. They have trail plans and they help with the connectivity in our community.
If we work with Bend Parks and Rec, we won't necessarily have to build all of our own rec facilities on our campus, that we can use some of the cities.
So in addition to sewer infrastructure, water, stormwater, and transportation will be reviewed through the land use process as well as our engineering review processes.
OSU Cascades will be very thoughtful in our engineering of the site, so how we plan the site, how we hook up to the city infrastructure, how we think about transportation on the roadways.
We want a campus that this community is going to feel like they're a part of. We want them to come onto the campus, we want them to use it, we want them to walk through it, we want them to be involved in our programs. And so to design a campus that the community is actually going to feel ownership of means that we have to have them involved from the beginning.
The importance of public involvement is that the OSU Cascades development will be significant for the City of Bend. And I think people want to influence the decisions that are made about it and also be educated about the process.
Neighborhood livability is a key component of this campus expansion. So involving the city's neighborhood associations will be a piece of that. And I encourage people to get involved in that way.
Well, Central Oregon is known for its collaborative attitude and ability to work together on a lot of different projects, and we found that as well.
OSU Cascades is very fortunate to be collaborating with the city, the county, Parks and Rec, COCC, and many other agencies to design and develop our campus as a community amenity.
We all have projects that are going to impact the west side of Bend, and we need to be communicating with the public and ourselves so that we understand what changes are coming.
Having a university, the city, the county, the Parks and Rec Department, and other agencies come together will be a part of its success.